Either that or it's let's see who can get the other jammer the dizziest.
Official review by the Western Mass Furies for misconduct against Bam Bam Bigelow, engaging with both skates off the ground. Well, we are a full contact sport. The rules of engagement are quite clear. Bam Bam will serve at her 30-second penalty for engaging with both feet off the ground. That'll give a blocker advantage to the Whaler. Donnybrook and the Cataclysmic lining up, ready to roll.
So that means that call stands and they lose any official reviews. Donnybrook and Cataclysmic going into this diet pack. Pretty bizarre being with the big hit against Cataclysmic. Allowing Donnybrook to get on through, picking up lead jammer status.
And Cataclysmic headed to the penalty box, giving Donnybrook a power jam.
Shady Lady holding back. Well, holding back
Donnybrook head to the box for a track cut. Jammer do-si-do. Cataclysmic is off. 110.99. With both jammers sent to the box during this jam will go to its natural conclusion. It will go for another 59 seconds.
Triple D with the hit against Cataclysmic, but Cataclysmic is able to get through on the initial pass. Donnybrook released from that penalty box is right back into it.
Donnybrook knocked out of bounds by Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow knocked out of bounds by Triple D. Cataclysmic is through for a 4-point pass. 4 points for Donnybrook as well.
Said you got 4, I've got 4. I'm going to answer you right back.
Cataclysmic knocked to the outside, recycled back by Pretty Bizarre-B.
Donnybrook having to go through Caliente. She survives the fire and picks up 4. Cataclysmic knocked out to the inside, recycled all the way behind Triple D. And that is Donnybrook passing everyone, putting 5 in the sky.
Triple D sent to the box for an elbow. Donnybrook with the 5-point grand slam. 2 points picked up by Cataclysmic. We have got a nail-biter here. Furies 116, Whalers 112. 23 minutes remaining in the second half.
4 points separate these two teams.
And for the first time this evening, we see the captain of the Western Mass Furies, Callie Burr, taking the jam line against Sabotage Sable.
With that, Sabotage Sable gets down low, pops right up and into the penalty box.
We'll see what Callie Burr does with this power jam.
She's getting knocked out to the inside, going all the way back. Might
Brooklyn
have to try to do it again.
Clockwise block. Callie Burr is out. She is your lead jammer.
She is the only jammer.
Hartford with 2 blockers on the track. Callie Burr is going to try to make quick work of this pack. She's through, picks up the Grand Slam.
I was gonna say, she does just that.
Nice outside move by Callie Burr, holding the line.
Sabotage Sable taking a big hit there by Criminal Wrecker. Wrecker Ball is just going through the pack like a wrecking ball, just knocking everyone down.
There is a reason they call her Wrecker.
I wouldn't imagine why.
Callie Burr calls it off after picking up 9 points. 125-112, stretching that Fury's lead out to 13. 14.
Flood of Rage is going to go up on the line, going up against Lammy Adler.
A nice empty penalty box to start this jam with 10 skaters on the track.
I was going to say, don't jinx them. Flood of Rage takes a knee right before, gets a little unnerved, recycled behind Cataclysmic. Lammy dealing with the
Pena Colada and Cataclysmic playing elevator doors with Flood of Rage. Cataclysmic heading to the penalty box now.
Pile up in turn number 2. Pena on the bottom of that. Lammy having to deal with the Whalers. Sabotage Sable. And Punky Bruiser.
Pushing the edge of the engagement zone, forces them to let her go. And Flutter Rage headed for a forearms violation. Lammy Adder will try and take advantage of this power jam.
And this is exactly what Lammy lives for. Yeah, she's like, hi. I got 4, right? I called it off, I got 4, yay.
131-112. Criminal Wrecker step into the line for the Western Mass Furies. She will have the power start. Furies with the column start, trying to open the door for Criminal Wrecker. They open the inside line and say, here, we'll serve it up for you.
Criminal Wrecker said, yep, thank you very much.
Nice move by Criminal Wrecker to sink Jersey Barrier. She tried to barrier and she said, no, I'm gonna wreck ya.
Criminal Wrecker getting through, taking big hits by Pretty Bizarby. Sitting down on the ground, calling it off, picking up 3.
136-112, 19 minutes, 17 seconds remaining in the second half.
Donnie Brooke back up on the line, going up against Callie Burr.
Two jammers who really very much sort of define compact and powerful.
Very much so. I've noticed they like to get down low and explode right through that pack. Caliber like a shot, like a 45, you know, coming out.
Recycled back by Sabotage Sable. Donnybrook working her way up towards the front of that engagement zone. Sable with a blocker apex jump to take Callie Burr to the outside of turn 2.
Swallows her right up back behind that Whalers wall. Donnie Brooke being swallowed up by a Fury's wall, but the Whalers cannot hold Callie Burr as she explodes on through to the lead jammer.
Donnybrook thrown hard to the outside.
Callie Burr just side skirting everybody, gets on through, picks up 4.
Lollipop you sent to the box for direction of gameplay. Callie Burr spins around
Tempted to shove,
and calls it off, picking up 1 last point. 145, 112.
666. She saw the devil, called it off.
Lammy Adder and Punky Bruiser lining up. Blocker advantage for the Furies. Lollipop you sitting in the naughty corner.
Lammy with a little jammer on jammer action to start it off. But Punky Bruiser gets knocked to the outside, coming into the back.
Lammy Adder with some flying shoulders says, "You wish I wore shoulder pads."
But Lammy getting caught up in the back. The Whalers are the lead jammer.
And the Furies say, "You shall not pass." Punky Bruiser picks up 1 point, holds Lammy Adder to a bagel.
But she came in and Criminal Wrecker was just like, what the heck was that? I mean, to move her like that, that is a very powerful force. Sabotage Sable going up against Bam Bam Bigelow.
Pack rolls back to the jam line. Bam Bam Bigelow looking for the inside line. Sabotage Sable knocked to the inside by Caliente.
Going in the back, Bam Bam Bigelow's looking for a hole up in the front.
Caliente sent to the box for a misconduct. Cataclysmic sent to the box now. Sabotage Sable is your lead jammer. Bam Bam wrapped up by Jersey Barrier. And Peach Gobbler.
Taking a side over Lady Emasculator there. Sabotage Sable to the outside, picks up 4. Little jammer on jammer action there. Sabotage Sable says, "You know what, Bam Bam, you're out, and I'm gonna score some points."
Cataclysmic rejoins her team, forms of a solid 3-wall to get in the way of Sabotage Sable.
But we have one Jersey Barrier going up to the penalty box as Sabotage Sable scores another 5.
And Cataclysmic is headed back to the penalty box. Pretty empty track here. 1 Whaler, 2 Furies in the box. Sabotage Sable works straight through, picks up the last couple, and calls it on the Grand Slam. Picks up 19 points in that jam. 145, 132.
Furies be able to pick up 3 of those. Just in that one jam, the Whalers are coming back. The Furies had a lead there for a little bit, but like we had said earlier, anything can happen in roller derby.
Milf of Magnesia and Lammy Adder lining up. Looks like we're getting a little confirmation between the refs and the whiteboard around the number of penalties some skaters may have.
They're just making sure. Remember, you can only have 7 penalties, and then you're asked to leave. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay on the track.
Yep, and you know that can put a team in a tough situation when you have a player that fouls out.
Milf of Magnesia going up against Lammy. Milf taking some big hits, getting knocked out, coming into the back, just keeps on going.
Lammy Adder with what appears to be a somersault as she tries to take Brooklyn downtown. Wrapped up by Pretty Bizarby.
Pretty Bizarby and Brooklyn are definitely a wall to deal with. But she's able to break on through, and Lammy is your lead jammer.
2 blocker advantage for the Furies. Let's see what Lammy Adder can do with this. Jersey Barrier in Brooklyn looking to stop her.
Brooklyn has to let her go. That is another 4 points for the Furies.
Rogue is headed to the penalty box. Lamiata with a nice outside move. She picks up the 5-point Grand Slam. Who's the Shady Lady? Looks to try and take Milton Magnesia to the edge of the engagement zone. Has to let her go.
And with that, Milton Magnesia's through on her initial pass. Lami's just going to try to get on through, pick up a couple more points and call it off, and she does just that.
Got an illegal procedure call against Donnybrook. Criminal Wrecker and Lollipop You will start both. Oh, down a blocker, 3-3. 158-32. Fury's on top by 26 points. You know, as roller derby goes, this is actually a remarkably high-scoring game. You know, often we'll see about 300 points scored in a game total. Here we are with almost a full quarter of the game left to go. Almost 300 points on the clock right now. Exactly. With this whole new rule set with the power jams and only the penalties being 30 seconds, it really has taken down the amount of points that are in a game, but it has also sped up the game from a skating standpoint as well. Because now instead of having the full minute in the penalty box, now you have to make sure you work even harder because that 30 seconds comes awfully quick. That 30 seconds does come awfully quick. I think the changes to the simply 30-second penalties instead of the confusing major and minor penalties has made Derby a much easier sport to watch. Exactly. I'm scared. I think that's part of her goal.
Pena's staring at me. She's like, I'm watching you.
When isn't Pena watching you? She knows where you are. If you're anywhere near the track, she knows where you are.
Exactly.
Criminal Wrecker and Lollipop You lining it up. Criminal Wrecker finds the outside line.
It is a race.
Gives Lollipop You a little bit of love. Lollipop You is your lead jammer. We've got a race here. Lollipop You says, I don't want to play this game. Calls it off.
And rightly so. I said this once earlier. I said if Criminal Record was standing behind me or skating behind me like that, I'd call it off too.
You know, Criminal Record with those incredibly long, explosive strides, if you don't have half a lap on her, she's probably going to catch you.
Exactly.
Sabotage Sable and Callie Burr lining up. Battle of the captains here.
Two very explosive jammers, as you can see. That whistle blew and they're off, and Sabotage Sable is your lead jammer.
Callie Burr right on her tail, only about 25 feet behind her. Pretty Bizarre sent to the box for a destruction of pack call. And we have got a light speed pack moving here. Both of these jammers, high speed jammers, they're gonna keep their blockers moving quickly. Sable says, this is a marathon, not a sprint. Let's be done with this sprint. 166, 136, Fury's on top.
And especially Callie Burr was not the lead jammer. Sabotage Sable was, but she was able to get out ahead of her. So Sabotage Sable picked up her 4 points as well and then had to call it off. So Callie Burr wouldn't get any more.
Lamiata and Flutter Rage getting a little cozy on the outside line on the jammer line.
She says it's getting a little bit too crowded here with Flutter Rage. Flutter Rage being recycled all the way behind Pena.
We've got whistles all over the place and 3 penalties into this jam. Angry She-Hulk, Lollipop You, Who's This Shady Lady, and Punky Bruiser 4 penalties into this gym. Time for a nice open track. Let's see what happens. Flood of Rage and Lammy Adder with a real battle for track position. Lammy Adder says, all right, we can be done.
She said, I have 3. I see Flood of Rage coming around turn number 2. Let's call it off.
I have 3 points, you have none. I'm okay with that, let's be done.
Exactly. I'm cool, you cool, I don't care.
Once again, the Battle of the Braids, Criminal Wrecker and Sabotage Sable. Time out, Western Mass Furies.
Do you know what you call a pack of zebras?
I, in fact, do. It is absolutely fabulous. You call them a dazzle.
You are the first person or the first announcer I have ever asked that actually knows that.
Well, it might happen to be because I do occasionally skate for Team Zebra. I have recently begun in the ref track. One of the things that is so important in this league are our officials, are our non-skating officials, and all of the volunteers that put in all of their time and effort to make sure that we have tracks laid, that we have hash marks, that we have jam tiners, that we've got something other than people just skating aggressively in a circle.
And exactly, and I'm glad that we also have our scorekeepers because they keep count really high.
They do. I don't think that there's any other sport where the scorekeepers have to do so much math. Sure, basketball might see 120 points occasionally, but
yeah,
roller derby, that's the first half.
Exactly. They're like, oh, that's cute. We're just warming up here. So definitely a special thanks to all of our volunteers on and off the track. Speaking on the track, Battle of the Braids, Sabotage Sable showing off that explosiveness, gets on through as your lead jammer.
Criminal Wrecker right on her tail, gets through that pack almost as quickly. Sable with a huge apex jump, calls off the jam after picking up 4 points.
Taking full advantage of that diet pack. Both teams skating with 2 blockers down.
You know, often with the apex jumps, what you'll see skaters do is either leaping the apex of, one of the actual turns. It looked like what Sable did there was actually just leap the apex of the entire turn 1, turn 2 vertice.
It is truly a feat to be seen. Lady Emasculator going up against Callie Berg. Callie Berg just trying to inch her way up to the front. But the Whalers have the lead jam. That is Lady Emasculator up in front. But I tell you what, Callie Berg quickly through that pack too. Lady Emasculator says, I'll take my 2 and go home.
169-142, Western Mass on top by 27.
Just over 9 minutes left in the second half of this game.
Sabotage Sable and Lammy Adder getting ready to line up on the jam line. Another familiar matchup. Empty penalty box to start this jam. Cataclysmic and Who's a Shady Lady looking to drive Sabotage Sable to the inside.
Sabotage Sable bobbing and weaving, has to deal with Cataclysmic. Cataclysmic was holding her back. Pretty Bizarre and Lammy collide.
One jammer to the outside, one jammer to the inside. No jammers on the track. Now they're both back.
Still looking for a lead jammer.
Sabotage comes out, is your lead jammer, has Lammy Adder directly on her and says, I'm not going to sprint for this.
No, she's like, you know what? I just worked so hard to get through. I'm not going to no, not playing. I'm taking my helmet cover and I'm going home.
Lollipop You and Criminal Wrecker are going to line up with 1 blocker in the box for each side. A little 4-on-4 roller derby action.
And stepping down the inside line, Lollipop You, your lead jammer. Lollipop, you picking up 2, calling it off. Said if we do keep doing this for the last 7 minutes, we might have a chance.
169-144. Wales underneath by about 25. Kelly Burr lining up with Sabotage Sable. Again, the battle of the captains.
Sabotage Sable asking, which way am I going to go? Which way am I going to go? She said, I'm going to go all the way to the front. But as we've seen many a times tonight, where one jammer gets through, the other one is right behind. And it pays off. 3 points to the Fury 0.
6 minutes remaining, 169-147. Whalers working really diligently to nibble into that lead. Little bit.
Lemmy Adler up on the line, going up against Lady Emasculator.
One blocker in the box for each side.
Lemmy looking to go to the middle. Lady Emasculator takes the high road to the outside. Becomes your lead jammer. Lemmy with a smile on her face gets through on her initial pass. Once again, Lady Emasculator picking up 2, calling it off.
$169-149, 20-point lead, 5 minutes remaining in this second half. Lollipop U and the Criminal Wrecker lining up. Blockers standing in the box for both sides. We're seeing a lot of very quick short jams here as the Whalers work to adjust nibble. Lollipop U looks for the inside, Criminal Wrecker looks for the outside. Cataclysmic knocks Lollipop U deep to the outside, recycled back by B2UP, Pena Colada.
Criminal Wrecker getting knocked out by Pretty Bizarre, but he's going to have to recycle her all the way to the back. And it is the Whalers, Lollipop U as your lead jammer.
Criminal Wrecker recycled deep back again. Criminal Wrecker up against the 3 wall. She finds the inside line. Sabotage Sable knocks her to the infield.
Popping out on the inside line. 4 points for the Whalers.
Misses the point with the no pass, no penalty there.
Criminal Wrecker still dealing with Pretty Bizarre. Pretty Bizarre just nudges right her out.
Pena Colada says, leave my teammate alone. Knocks Pretty Bizarre deep into the infield. Says, go see the flamingos. Go for a swim in the pond. Criminal Wrecker tying it up with Sabotage Sable.
And Lollipop U sending over to the jammer jail.
Criminal Wrecker loses her helmet cover, puts it back on. Gonna see what she can do now with 3 minutes remaining. 169-153. Criminal Wrecker makes her way through. Knocked into the infield by Sabotage Sable.
Tell you what, Criminal Wrecker, she got up, she's seeing stars, and it's not the one on top of her helmet.
Picks up 4 points. Whalers pick up 2 points. 173-157.
Caliber up on the line.
18-point lead for the Western Mass Furies. Callie Burr will try and take advantage of this power start. Lollipop